Hello YouTubers. Today we're going to look at the US65 Mini drone. And you're going to join me for breakfast. We're going to have some vegetables. I'll show you how it's done. People always ask me, what do you eat? What do you eat? Well, the next few videos I'm going to show you what I eat, and we're going to cover a different mini drone in each video. I have I think about 5 of them to go through, and most of the time when people put videos out, they start with the least and go to the best one. Well, I'm going to start with the one I like the best, and then we'll end up with probably the second one I like the best, and some in between. Anyway, this frame has been hydro dipped or something, so a lot of people don't like the frame because it cracks easy. I'm not a super fast flyer, I just like to cruise, so I haven't had a problem with it. It's ultra light, and boy, it's come a long way since my last video was 2 years ago. You know, we were just getting into the beta flight on the brushed units. Anyway, this is obviously running the little brushless 603 1900 kV motors. Seem to be pretty good. It's not no big powerhouse, but you go in and mess with your throttle curve a little bit, and you can find your sweet spot. Oh yeah, I better have some breakfast. I got my bowl here all ready, full of my greens. I usually just mash it into a patty and munch down, but we'll just snack on them here this morning. A little bit of mustard and some kale. Oh, and they're so water rich and juicy. Alright. The big plus, like I say on this, is the lightweight, and I tell you, you still can't beat the older brushed. They're just so agile, and that's the fun part of them. That's what made the popularity of the Tiny Whoop, and shout out to him for all his hard work he's done. And I actually have one coming up that's all from his website, a custom build, which I'll talk about. But anyway, for an all-over beginner little Whoop unit, this is not too bad. If you throw it in your wish list, they probably might send you a coupon, possibly, and so you can get it pretty cheap that way. It's running the F3 flight controller, and the only downside I see with this thing, like I said, is the frame. And I did have trouble with the battery moving around, so I just put this rubber band in here. That seems to help it from sliding around. But you can pick up an extra frame pretty cheap and give it a custom paint job if you like. And our background is some mustard growing. And they seem to offer it, and you can get it in the FR Sky or the Spectrum. But like I say, overall, this is just a real fun little drone. It seems to fly good. I did change the props. I messed around with some different ones I had from the brushed ones, and you can see in that guard, maybe when I have hit, it's chewed the coating off a little bit. And they do have this in a Russian model, and the camera does have a little bit of adjustment. You can tilt it up a little bit. I mean, it really don't adjust all that great. And they have all of them that I'll show have really good instructions on how to bind to what radio you're binding to. If not, there's a ton of videos. I just wanted to give my thoughts about the little guy. I've had a ton of fun with this one, and it's in a good price range, and you can pick yourself up an extra frame. The only thing that that you might have trouble with is you can see down in there them little wires for the camera are soldered on, and they wrap around the edge of the board, and you get enough crashes, they may pop off, so just something to keep aware of. You may have to solder, but motor replacements will be quite easy because they've put plugs on there. And of course, what I want to do, I want to cut all that out of there and solder directly and drop some weight. But for now, it's a nice little cruiser. I'm going to leave it alone and go from there. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about this unit. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun with it. I do have the T16, and the one I received will not save time or date. So if you've had that problem, make sure and pound that subscribe button, because I will have a video coming up. Jumper has sent me a new board to put into the radio, so we'll see if that cures the problem, and kind of go over that radio eventually. I'm still kind of messing with the programming. It seems to be a pretty good radio. I haven't had any trouble with it. I really haven't flown a whole lot with it outside, mainly just indoors with stuff. I hate to say, I guess I did fly that. I had a Color 250, and for some reason I did lose reception, and I wasn't that far away, and so I don't know what the deal was there. I was doing flips, so I don't know if I lost battery connection somehow for a minute. I really don't know. I hard solder everything pretty much, but anyway, it didn't live, so I still have some more testing to do with that radio. And but the color screen, the old eyes sure like that, and it's who can afford a Fotava, I guess some people can, but at least you can see what you're doing. And I really like that you can take a picture of the model that you're programming and put it in there. You don't have to remember what you name this or name that. When you get into testing mini drones and stuff like I do, and you have a sea of them, it sometimes can get confusing on which one, especially on excuse me, custom builds. Anyway, better have another shot of microgreens, and then I'm gonna have me a glass of lemon water, and I tell you, that just fires the digestive system up for the day. And I'll let that sit for about 20 minutes on my guts, and then I'll go on to my carrot juice or oatmeal. It matters how I'm feeling. Sometimes I want a shot of carrot juice later on in the day, but generally I do that in the morning too. But anyway, we'll see you in a little bit. We're going to be preparing some oatmeal like you've never seen before, I'm sure, and another mini drone. See you on the next one.